So I want to welcome you back to the Americans, Miss Maria De La Ghetto.
Hey,
What's up, girl? Oh, I'm so happy to see your beautiful face. Look at she took it seriously. Look at that. Look at that. She's giving us angles. She's giving us angles.
Except for the one eyebrow.
It's hard. Them eyebrows are tough. Them eyebrows are tough, girl.
And do they say that you're not supposed to have identical twins? They're supposed to be sisters. I'm like, no, I want them to be identical twins.
Well,
like,
it looks like you got cousins. Distant cousins, girl.
It's too hot. I can't even right now. I'm too hot.
So since last time we talked, where are you at? Everybody who's watching, by the way, we love when you guys chime in, tell us where you're at, join the conversation. So please message us, tell us where you're at, what you're up to.
Tell me I'm cute.
There we go. Follow Miss Maria De La Ghetto on Insta or on Facebook. Same thing with me. Iggy Love Sky doesn't change. But girl, where are you at? What's going on? You're sweating. Why are you sweating so much?
Because
what's up, Ray? Good to see you, man. Good to see you again.
Is that you? Oh, hey Ray, how you doing? I was like, oh, it pops up like on CNN. That's so official. I love it. Dang, we official on CNN. Oh, dang, the privilege coming through. Oh my God. It feels like to be white.
Our producers are white. Our producers are in London and they are white. And now you understand what white privilege feels like.
That accent. What up, bruv? What's up, bruv?
My hardest thing with the Brits, they always like, you're right. You're right. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. You're right. And I'm like, I'm fucking fine. I'm fine. You're right. And I'm like, that's their way of being like, yo, what's up?
Courteous and caring. I'm like, oh.
And I love my favorite one is, it's brilliant. It's just brilliant. Everything's brilliant. It's brilliant. And I'm like, I love it. It makes me feel like, I'm like, oh my God, makes me feel so good. Makes me feel so good.
I love it.
So where are you? You're in the desert, you said.
Well, I'm in the desert right now. So I'm based out of LA. LA represent. But I'm staying with my parents during the quarantine, the COVID, because I haven't been able to see them the first round of quarantine. So I'm out here, and I think this is considered
I made it out for the second round of quarantine. Yeah.
Real talk. Like it was just a little window. I was like, I got it ready to jump through. Ready? You ready? Let's go. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, it's been 2 weeks since I've seen anybody. Okay, ready? Here we go. And I just dived for it. And then I dove all the way down the 10 South to the what is it called? The 86 Express Freeway that takes you to Mexico. And right before you hit Mexico, there's one more county, the Imperial Valley, which, by the way, is the highest infected number in California right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So I picked the perfect place to be. Like, this is my way of living on the edge, apparently. So I've been here. I think it's considered the Sonoma Desert or whatever. But
okay.
Yeah, it's hot. It's like 100 and plus, 110, 108, 105.
So you're right on the border between Mexico and America, but on the American side.
Yes, exactly.
So
like it's technically Baja, like, you know what I mean?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mr. Ray Turner in Wales. Oh, it's already 10 p.m. because everybody's watching in London, in the UK.
Gosh,
so what'd you say, girl?
I said, oh, Wales. They're like the ethnic people of British people. I'm like, they're always like tan.
Is that true, Ray? Are the people from Wales like the like Mexicans of America? Is that kind of what you're trying to draw that?
Catherine Zeta-Jones. I thought she was Latina, and then she's like, I'm from Wales. I was like, what is that?
Oh, you kind of, you know what? You give me a Miss Zeta-Jones vibe.
You better stop it.
Oh my God, that hair and no, you totally give him that. Oh, what's up, Colin? We always love seeing Colin. What's going on, man?
Hey, Colin, you got a forest on your face. Like, you could hide. If I needed to hide from La Migra, I could hide in your face. And I'm a big girl.
La Migra, so to those who don't know, what is La Migra? I know what it is, obviously.
Immigration.
Yeah. So when the immigration police come, all the Latin folk, they all just scream, La Migra, La Migra, and they just like run. So that's what you know. La Migra. I don't know if is there something like La Migra in the UK? Like, do you guys have like immigration police? I don't think that's something that, you know.
I don't know. They have Brexit. That's all I know. I'm like, I don't even know what you got Brexit police. Like, is that what it is? I have no idea.
So it's they raise kind of the English screw over us and the Scots and the Irish. So basically, yeah, you're basically like the minority. You're like the blacks, the Asians, and the Latin folks of the UK. That makes sense now. Now we understand. Now we understand. So we have some exciting news. We are going to be revamping the show, everybody, and we are going to be changing from the Americans to the Misfit Toys. And my new permanent co-host is going to be this Miss Maria de la Ghetto. So next week, it's going to be same time, same channel, but different name, different show. She's going to be bringing the heat. I can't wait.
Bringing you vibe, bringing you face.
Yes. So tell me, what are you doing now for work other than comedy? Because I know we work together, but what else have you been trying to do? I think you were a good chef, right? So have you been? Tell us.
Not a chef. My sister is actually a chef. My dad and my sister both are like, my sister's trained in the culinary. Like she went to Le Cordon Bleu. My dad was a chef in the Navy.
Oh, she's like, I'm not a chef. I just eat.
That too.
I'm a professional eater.
Eater. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do best. You know, well, yes, I have a lot of experience. La migra. Nah, they ain't coming to your house, Iggy. You got.
They're coming. Hold on. Let me see. No, they'll be all right. I'm like, I got the dogs. They're gonna take care of them. What's that on? Yeah.
He's got the secret trap door.
I know.
The house was formerly owned by El Chapo.
There you go. Oh my gosh. So, weren't you going to be doing like an online cooking class? Something like that?
I just started. Started the whole Airbnb online cooking, like online experience. So instead of like going to like, because people would host like classes like that wherever, I'm doing it online. So you can do it wherever, from home, wherever you're at. I'll be doing it from home or wherever I'm staying that week, because I'm like a vagabond. I stay at my sister's house for 2 weeks when I get sick of my parents, and then when I get sick of my sisters, I come home to my parents' house, and then I might be at your house, Iggy, in about.
I can't wait. So. We're gonna be doing it side by side. You're gonna be sitting right here. I'm gonna bring you back down.
I'm the bougiest nomad you've ever met. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep it real.
So, what has it been like for you during this? How did you feel when you realized we weren't over the first hump and going on to the second hump, but we were on the first hump of infection and we just took a pause and now it's just skyrocketing again? How did you feel that week?
I'm gonna be honest, Iggy. It was, I'm getting a little emotional right now. It was great. I was like, yes, I get to stay home. 3 more months. Get 3 more months.
Tell me. Come on.
Bad. I feel bad because, you know, like, not everyone can do that. Not everyone, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's just really funny because for me, my experience, whatever. But like, everyone's struggling in their own way, and I'm not devaluating or devalidating anyone. I'm just saying, like, all these, like, my favorite one is like these Fashion Nova fit girls. You know what I'm saying? Those Instagram models. I'm like, look at here, baby. Your Fashion Nova don't fit no more. So take yourself on over to Lane Bryant, get you some 56% Lycra. You know what I'm saying? Because spandex is the new black. Okay, it's in. You over here walking around. You walking around with that Fashion Nova fit. It don't fit no more. Looking like a Christmas ham. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl. You need some elastic. You need just a little tension. Boom. Now it's cute. Now it's like a bracelet. This is a bracelet. You over here looking like a Christmas turkey. You're looking like a butterball turkey. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm crying. So wait. So Colin wants to know, what would your final meal be? If you had one meal, what would your final meal be?
Oh, easy. The giant crab and lobster that you see on those mukbangs. Y'all know what a mukbang is?
No.
You know what a mukbang is? Oh my God.
Mukbang. No, I don't know what a mukbang is.
It's mukbang.
I don't know.
So it started, I think this fad started in Korea, but all it is people literally eat ginormous meals. They cook whatever. And it doesn't have to be ginormous, but it started as a way for people not to feel alone if they live by themselves and they're having dinner. So they would have these like dinners on camera and then you could eat with them. And then it turned into a big old thing where you try all these different foods. So if you look up mukbang, there's a lot if you look up crab mukbang or seafood broil mukbang, just ginormous platters of crab, lobster, mussels, the whole 9 yards. I want the giant.
You're such a size queen. You are such a size queen.
In every way, shape,
You are such a
Look at
size
me.
queen.
Look at me. I'm a big girl, so y'all bet you're gonna make space for me if you want to or not. I'm a big brown girl. There's no missing me. There's no like squeezing by. Because the moment I try to squeeze by, I'm knocking shit over like
So,
sorry, you know?
So Ray just mentioned, I don't want to skip over it, but he was talking about how they have really had a hard time with this Brexit and the racists taking over. And we have had the same experience here with Trump and these white supremacists. Have you felt, not to switch from food, but have you felt any racial tension, racism during this Black Lives, like how has this Black Lives Matter movement been for you? And I mean, can I ask you a question? What are you?
Iggy. Hungry. Hungry.
I'm sorry. What are you ethnically? Like, what's your background?
Of course, I have experienced racism all my life. I have a Filipino mother.
Okay, so you're Filipino, and what
I'm
else?
Mexican. My dad's Mexican.
So what do you call that? A Philexican, a Mexipino?
I don't know. People thought I was Samoan the first 10 years of my life, so I don't even know.
You do give me that Polynesian vibe, like
you know.
Like,
I'm here to infiltrate. That's what I am. I'm a spy. I'm. People don't, and it's funny. People don't like when you can claim.
Those that are drinking with us for the evening, I'm doing myself a little shot.
I'm doing shots of water. Hey.
Hey.
Because your girl be thirsty.
So how do you experience racism? Give me one of the most recent experiences where you were just like, what is racism like now for you? Like, I don't know. Like, give me an example. What does it look like?
For me, because I generally am usually lighter skin. Like I used to be really pasty. When I'm tan, it's a little bit more, but I usually experience implicit racism. So like that question that Karens come up to me and they're like, oh my God, what are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to say? We're hungry. We're in quarantine, first of all, obviously. What else am I going to be? But, girls coming up to me at the bar talking about, oh my God, because they don't know if I'm Asian or if I'm Latina. It depends on what color lipstick I'm wearing, how big my hoops are that day. I feel like the Latina comes off like the bigger the hoops, the more Latina I look. So girl, some lady came up to me and was like, ay, chiquita, you're so spicy. And I was like, Karen, you better take that microaggression somewhere else, okay? It takes 10 minutes for the popo to still get here. Okay, that's 5 minutes for me to whoop you. 5 more minutes to run, and by run I mean briskly walk away. I'm lying. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna get in my car because it's parked really like that's. Oh I'm not running nowhere.
Colin's knocking me for my badger look with my beard. I just the only person that I like. You guys are the only people that I see. Like I don't like. I'm going like. Stop knocking me. Like, I don't know what to do. This has turned into craziness. Look at this. This is not, what is going on here?
The two-fro, baby.
Like, I don't know.
I'm here for the
this is, I look like Edward Scissorhands. This shit is out of control. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know what to do. Like, I can't go to see the barber without freaking out. I'm going to die. Like, I look crazy. Like, I'm just trying
to dread it. You just dread it. There you go.
It's doing it on its own. It's getting
get you some cornrows.
I tried the Guido thing and do the thing. Can you imagine? I used to have cornrows when I was in junior high school. It was, I didn't know. I remember, because when I moved from the USSR, when I moved from the Soviet Union to America, I was the only white kid in the neighborhood. And it was I grew up, I was raised by Black girls. I learned how to double dutch before I could ride a bicycle. Cinderella dressed in yellow. Man, you remember all that.
Believe it or not, my chubby ass did double dutch too. So I'll feel you here.
And I remember when my parents got some money and we moved to the white neighborhood, to the suburbs where all the rich people live.
Yeah.
And it took us about 15 years. And I remember, I was around 15 to get there. And our neighbor, she was Black. And I was like, Keisha, we the only Black girls here. I'm like, oh my Lord,
Oh my God,
I'm
he's looking at
stressing
you like-
out. Like I was like, I'm sweating, I'm stressing. I'm like, these white people, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. They Oh Lord, and but it was different for me because I guess I didn't feel I did have this like reverse racism because I always grew up as the only white person in every situation. Oh, I'm 60 years old. The color in my beard is a distant. Oh no, I have beard color. I just been lazy. I'm gonna dye this back to black. I'm gonna give myself like 5.
That. I think you look very distinguished.
I got some just for men. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be black. Hold on, it's the Mexican version. Hold on, be right back.
Stop! Oh my God. Oh, he really getting that just for men. I used to work at Walgreens. I used to sell that on the daily. Yep, oh, they made it. Dang. The just for men in Mexico is way more like
De la Vega for men. Look at that. Listo en 5 minutos.
Dang,
Already in 5 minutes.
The ones at Walgreens, I used to work at Walgreens and we used to sell just for men, and they were so basic looking. It looked like 99-cent store.
This is legit. Look what comes in your little packet. Look, I got this whole little packet. I got my mixing station. I got my brush. I got my activator. I'm ready to go. Like I am ready to go. So as soon as this is, I didn't have time to do it this morning, but Colin, I'm going next week. When we revamp as Misfit Toys, I'm gonna be fresh just for you. I'm gonna be rocking it. Yeah. With my De La Vega for men.
Oh my God. De La what?
De La Vega.
Oh.
It's kind of like you, De La Ghetto, but De La Vega. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute.
That's real cute. He real cute, whoever that is on there. Shoot.
But so I went through, I call it rocks in the pocket. Have you ever, you know this term? So I live by the ocean. And so sometimes in the morning, I just feel like putting rocks in my pocket and just walking out into the ocean.
Oh, Jesus, that got.
Because it's like, I'm done. I'm ready to call it. Like, that's like, I'm like, because like, it's harder to commit suicide in the city unless you like jump in front of a train or something. But here I'm just like, let me put some rocks in my pocket and just walk out. But what happens, I remember I told my mom, I was just like, I don't want to do this no more. I can't handle this corona, this thing. Like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm done. Like, I was so depressed and like, just like, and I was like, Mom, I want to put the rocks in my, and she's like, did you look at what you have on your feet? Pink Crocs. She was like, do you want someone to find you dead with pink Crocs?
Oh my God.
She's like, until you change the Crocs, no rocks. Until you change the Crocs, no rocks
Mama's
in
like,
the pocket.
My son ain't going out like that. You better look damn good. You better put on your Louis Vuittons. You better look damn good if you're gonna go out like that. I have the knockoff Filipino versions of those shoes.
Oh no, these are the knockoffs, girl. No.
Oh no,
these aren't Crocs. These are croquettes. These are called they're not even Crocs. They're called sloggers. They're sloggers. I can't afford no Crocs. This is the butterfly slogger.
Mine at the like 99-cent store. Like
these things cost me 20 pesos. These cost me 20 pesos.
That's about the same. That's 99 cents over here. Oh my God. I would go get mine.
I love you so much. Oh my gosh. Crocs are I know. I'm turning into a lesbian. Colin, I'm turning into a lesbian. It's not cute. Like I moved down here to Mexico for the quarantine because I was in LA with Maria. And now look at me. My hair look crazy. My beard's going gray. I'm wearing pink Crocs. But mind you, in my Dior, so I'm wearing Christian Dior and some knockoff Crocs. Like shit's gotten real.
I'm wearing my Forever 21, and I'm trying not to wear their clothes, but it's hard. You know, you're limited. Okay, you want to be an activist with all the like fashion, you know, like Fashion Nova, they slave labor. I'm like, look, well, for whatever reason, slave labor is the only one that be making clothes for big girls.
Do you know, they always say, I just lost her, but they say it takes a tribe. It does. It takes a tribe to make an outfit for a girl of that size, but she owns it. Miss Maria, she totally owns it. And I don't know where she went, but she's going to hop back online in a second. But I am curious, for everybody that's watching, how is it going? Like, send us a message. Like, how are you guys surviving? What are people doing for work, especially? Because we've had to revamp everything. Good. I'm glad you're not coloring your beard, Mr. Ray, but I want to see a real picture. Now you're giving me this like Viking caricature. So I would love to see what the real Facebook profile looks like.
Sorry, am I good? Am I back?
You're back. I was talking about how like, You know how they say it takes a tribe
Yes.
or it takes a village?
To make my dresses, yes.
Yeah. And then it's so bad because like you disappeared and I'm like, oh shit, now I look like the racist body shaming asshole that's talking about how it takes a village to make a dress for a fat girl, and now I'm the asshole. Thank you for cutting out. You literally just cut out and it's like, Iggy, you are an asshole for making fun of fat girls and the amount of fabric and labor it takes to make a dress for them. Great. Thanks so much, Maria, for putting me on the spot.
The only people that don't like fat girls is people that ain't fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what's wrong. Like, what's the problem?
What is your do you say fat? Do you say full figure? Do you say curvaceous? Do you say voluptuous? What is your preferred descriptor? What is your preferred? What do you call yourself? What do you call yourself? Would you call yourself a big girl? Do you call yourself? What do you call yourself?
I do, like, because honestly, some people are very uncomfortable with the term fat, which I'm just real quick. I'm not gonna get political like that, but I'm just gonna real quick. Fat. That's the fat phobia in our country, in the world. You know what I'm saying? Which is what
if I have sex with you, does that mean I'm gonna get fat too?
Only if you do it right, because you'll never leave and then you'll never go hungry. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like a big fear of mine. Like before, like previously, like in the past, one of my fears was hanging out with all my skinny friends. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna be hungry all day because these hoes don't nothing. I'm gonna carry my little keto bar. I don't even know why I got keto bars, but they're delicious.
I don't even know what that is, but that just sounds gross to me. Like,
no, you never. Okay, well, maybe this is not keto, but like, you know what a Kind bar is? Like, it's like.
Oh, I got some of the. Oh, yeah, I got some right there.
I love me some Kind bars. You know.
Okay.
When you go to the farmers markets and you need a little snack, there's nothing but Karens and Sharons and Tiffany's, and all they got is this like gluten-free, vegan keto bars. And at first, I was like, I'd rather just eat cardboard, and then I tried it, and it's cardboard. But they have different flavored cardboard. So it's not bad,
It's this fiber is corrugated. Delicious.
Yeah, like, oh, this fiber has blueberry essence. Okay. It's like a La Croix, but in solid form.
So I don't know if you're ready to talk about this, but big girls have fears. Oh, yeah. And I think one of your fears that you mentioned to me was actually realized when you went over to one of your romantic
one of my booty calls?
I was trying to make it. Yes, one of your booty calls.
No, so, you're right. I know what you're talking about.
Do you mind sharing with our fans and everybody who's watching this nightmare realized? Are you ready? Am I putting you on the spot?
No, not at all. I mean,
because like Maria calls me, she's all destroyed. She's like, Igor, she's like, you don't know. Oh my God. It was like the biggest fear that a big girl had. Like it actually came true. My nightmares are now my reality. You would not believe what happened. And I was like, girl, tell me, please. So tell us, break it down for us. We want to know.
So pretty much every big girl will tell you like your worst nightmare is being that fat stereotype where you sit down and then the fucking chair breaks. Sorry. I thought I was getting good at that. Just not dropping those F-bombs. Anyway, the F-bombs are the fat bombs. Try not to drop those fat bombs. Well, I bombed on this chair. Like, that's happened to me too. So that's every fat girl's
Wait. So have you sat in a chair and had it break on you?
Oh, yes. And
wait, are you serious?
Yeah,
like you've sat on a chair and it's busted it.
It was like a cheap like slapstick comedy. It was like I sat and then all of a sudden it was like, and I was like.
So was it a plastic chair or was it a wooden chair?
It was those wooden chairs with the metal, like it was all rusted and like it was just like it was like I was asking for it, to be honest. I was like, what was I even thinking? Sitting on this very unstable looking rusted chair.
So this is actually because like I grew up as like a skinny little kid, and I still am like, I'm a little guy, and so like I would wear big shirts at the pool because I didn't want anyone to see my skinny body. So I would never take off my shirt or anything. I would go to the beach in this I would look like I would have this muumuu tent on. And I
wore one of my dresses. Were we
basically, yes. Yeah, I wore one of your like t-shirts when I would go to, and until I was like 13, 14, I would not take off my shirt because I was just so skinny and so embarrassed. And it's interesting, like I was just terrified to ever show my body. So I'd always wear all these big baggy stuff and like hide in these big baggy clothes and these big baggy, bright colors. Like I was like all about cross colors back in the day, with the neon purple and yellow and red.
You were a club kid.
And Oh, but so you actually go around thinking like, oh my God, can I sit on that? Is that going to be able to
Yeah.
support me? Like that's some stress.
That's like a legit thing. I won't even get on ladders for the fear of being a cheesy sitcom that just happened right now. Like that's what I'm like, I'm not getting on that ladder. Have you never seen any like sitcom on American television? Like as soon as I get on that ladder, I'm just waiting for a guy with a tuba to pop up and start playing because I fell. And
so wait, you're at your booty call's house and what happens?
Oh yes. So this is the biggest one. Like, so I'm at this dude's house and like, you know, I was like really into him. He was so cute, so hot. And we like hung out, had some drink. Nothing happened that night. Just saying, you know, I bagged that later.
Ooh.
But this night we were just hanging out. Like we were actually friends first and whatever. So it's like 6 a.m. It's like cold. I wake up and I'm like hungover, dying, and I didn't have nothing but a little sheet, a little sábanas. And I'm like, I need a blanket. And I woke him up and he was like, I don't have a blanket. So he shared his one rinky dink blanket with me. I get in the bed. 2 seconds later, all you hear is doo-doo. And I was like, I was like, the bed is hanging off looking like a seesaw, like I done sank the ship. I was like, Captain, the ship is sinking. And he's like, oh. So he gets up, attempts to fix the bed, and he puts it back. It came off the frame, right? It was just the frame. It came off. Thank God I didn't break his bed. Because I would have ran away, changed my name, never seen him again. That was what would have happened. But he gets back on bed. So this fool gets back into bed, and I'm laying there next to him, and he's like, so I'm just at the edge, and he's trying his hardest to stay on the top. Roll over. And I was like,
he's like grabbing on, like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, if this isn't the universe trying to tell him, yo, you about to roll into her arms anyway, so just quit fighting it. Oh my God.
So we got some questions from the people. They want to know what your tattoos are about, girl. Do you mind telling us? Give us a little breakdown. Take us on a little tour. Take us on a tour.
Of my body.
Yes.
No, that's my OnlyFans page. Y'all better subscribe. It's not for free. Okay. Well, my first tattoo is this one. I got this when I was 18. It's like the pentagram. I thought it was cool. It kind of looks, I don't know, native. I used to hang out a lot on the native, like in the reservations around here. Whew, you know, I love me some that long native hair. Oh, yes. Anyway.
Such a Pocahontas queen. She's like, I am Pocahontas. Where is your tomahawk?
I'm like, my grandpa's Navajo, okay? But I'm never a hoe. I'm a lady. I just, I'm a hoe. I'm just kidding. This is something that me and my sisters got. It's a little airplane that's like flying around. It's kind of like representation of no matter what we go in life. Huh?
A paper airplane.
Yeah, what did I say?
You just said airplane, but I just saw that it was a paper plane. It was a paper airplane. Okay,
yes,
okay.
It's a paper airplane. So it's like we all go on our journeys, but we all come from the same place, and we're always connected. So, this I don't know if you can see that.
Okay. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself.
The Filipino sun. So that's on the.
You can wait. Stand up and show us. Stand up and show us.
I don't know if you can see.
Just give us the arm.
Oh, there you go.
Just give us the arm. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. Because I actually have never seen that before.
Oh yeah, the sun on the Filipino flag. This one here is crap, and we're not going to talk about that because it needs to be covered up.
Is that a Scorpio or a Sagittarius? I couldn't cut you so quick.
I'm actually both. I'm Scorpio and Sagittarius.
Do you know anything do you believe in astrology and all that jazz?
I think it's a lot of fun.
Scorpio is also the phoenix. It is the sign that bursts in flames and rises from the ashes. It's also the magical, mystical, taps into the darkness and finding that light in the dark. Now, Sagittarius is the over-optimistic traveler.
We like to party. That's basically.
Well, they like to party, but not in there. They're always traveling because they get their energy from different cultures, different people, and travel. But the biggest problem for a Sagittarius is they don't know how to say no to people because they take on more than they can handle, and then they collapse because they're just too nice. And the hardest thing for a Sagittarius is to learn when to say no.
Yes.
And that's you know, and the
That
hardest thing for the
Scorpio
Scorpio is learn how not to be jealous, because them Scorpios,
Ooh.
ooh, like
Mhm.
they don't like to share very much. They're not into their like.
Obviously, I hated sharing snacks.
She ain't gonna stare.
Hated
Nope.
sharing my snacks as a kid. I was like, there are
Metaphorical
only
snacks
50
and
here.
literal snacks.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
But my
So-
favorite tattoo, I do want to say, I just want to.
Ooh, yes, show us. Get it, girl.
Is
Stand up. Give it to us in like full like.
I'm like in a weird angle or something. Okay, here, I'll just do this. Oh, here we go. There's
Oh,
my
wow,
favorite
okay.
tattoo.
Nice.
So it is 2 roses. It's like the calaveras, like the Day of the Dead's sugar skull, but in like sailor style.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, I have 2 more. And that's it.
So how are you handling this technology thing? Because I see you're like breaking down. Have you had any issues with like filing for stuff or setting anything up online? Like, how have you been with this like tech? And I know Mercury's in retrograde apparently. Like, how has the tech stuff been with you? Like, how you been handling it?
Well, usually, you know, I have my computer. My computer's been on the fritz. I have it in the shop right now, and they're working on it. So I've been doing everything from my phone, you know. And the thing is, like, I'm like an enlightened, elevated, you know, kind of Scorpio. Like, I get mad, but I'm not like, you know, I keep it under control. But after so many times, you know, for example, I was trying to sign up for the Airbnb, you know, profile.
Okay, so you're registering a profile online.
Profile and all that, and then.
And how much time you been spending on there?
Oh my God, it was an hour. The first time it was an hour. Because you have to fill out all this stuff and like explain what you're doing. And I'm like, I'm cooking adobo, man. What kind of information do you need?
I would wish I want to try your adobo so badly.
Oh my God. I was like, how much more information? There's some pictures. I'm gonna make adobo. They're gonna learn how to make adobo. There is not a lot to it. Some chicken and rice, some soy sauce and vinegar. There. Anyway, that's like an hour. So that first one, I clicked the X on accident and it just lost everything. And I was like, so I breathed through it, did a little meditation. The second time I did, I went back a couple of days later. I was doing it again. I made it to the finish line. I was right there. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, check the box to agree to our terms and conditions. I had those 2 boxes left after I had checked all the other boxes. And what happens when I went to go check that last box? It froze. It froze through my not through anybody. I have amazing Wi-Fi connection. Because I'm a spoiled brat and I tell my parents, don't use anything. I'm going to be online. I got to do some stuff. And it froze. And I was like, you know when you get monkey mad? Y'all ever get monkey mad? I don't know if that like.
That sounds racist.
I mean, it kind of does.
That sounds racist. I'm sorry, but that sounds racist.
No,
I'm just.
It's when you're so mad that you just see red and you just get like caveman. You go caveman and you're like, and you want to throw your phone against the wall. And you're like, I almost threw my iPhone Pro Max against the wall. I almost shattered it. I was like, I have insurance. And I almost chucked it. And then I was like, no. Then I'd have to wait for it to come in the mail to replace it. And I don't have the patience for all that. So I went to go have a snack.
Yeah, the answer to everything. Just have a snack.
Have a snack.
Just
That's how you gotta
have
do
a snack.
My mom is Filipino, so anytime you have something going on, it doesn't matter if it's emotional traumas, if you're having a bad day, if you're going through whatever it is you're going through. Oi, did you eat?
The what?
My mom, she'll ask me, did you eat?
Oh, did I eat?
Yeah. If you don't have, you have to have a good meal to think clearly. So I kid you not, y'all know
you're a genius.
There's no mistaking I'm a big girl. The first thing my mom always asked me when I was living on my own and not being home is, have you eaten? And I'm like, what? The last thing I need to do is I could use to skip a few meals. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I look like I'm starving? Do I look hungry to you? Like, what? Where are you thinking that I'm not eating? Is it the double chin that's making you wonder if I'm not eating? Could it be my very soft, like I'm thick through the arm. Like I never had a fat ass on my arm. You know what I'm saying? Like this looks better than my ass, than my actual ass. Like, you know,
You cracking me up, girl. You
Oh my
cracking me
gosh.
up. I'm like, so I had the same issue. No, I've both issues. So my mom can't stop feeding me. She just doesn't know what to do during this COVID thing. So she's been making all this like Russian food, soups,
Ooh.
borsches, all this stuff. But it's like I haven't finished the Russian chili, and now she's making the beet borscht soup, and now there's another, and it's just, and I'm like freaking out, and I'm like, I feel bad because I can't eat all of it, and but she's like, I need something to do, and I'm like, okay. She stresses me out, and then she moved in because she was in the house next door, and now she's right there, and it's like now I'm like living with my mom, like living, and I'm like, we're in it. It's a little intense.
You can make money off eating. I'm just saying. You can mukbang. You can open your OnlyFans.
And so
feeder.
My issue came with I was filing for unemployment. It took me a month to get my unemployment because every time I would go onto the app, the whole server would shut down. And I think the government was doing it on purpose so that people couldn't get through.
Oh, absolutely. I filled that form out twice. Yeah, you just going straight to the head now. You're like, I don't even need the glass anymore. We're in quarantine. What day is it? Does it even matter? No, I'm just.
No. I'm double teaming. I've got two.
Oh wow, you Russians don't mess around. What's the other one?
So this one actually is my home brew. This one is like a lime infused, and then this is just straight vodka. So I'm like I switch between like hardcore and like the sissy. This is this is just like me. I'm like, this is this is like the real deal, and this is like the gay one. And so like it's kind of like the tough and the thing, and then like the delicious sweet.
You can be masculine and feminine, and it's okay. It's like appealing to both sides. I'm here for it.
Oh my gosh. So with everything that's going on, it's been hard. And I know that you did this amazing comedy competition that I thought you were gonna just kill it. And something happened. Tell us what happened. Tell us about this experience of you doing this comedy competition. And some of the judges were from the Midwest, which is the more traditional, more conservative, wider part of America. And what happened? Tell us this story, please.
So it was 3 judges. And, I did my 2 minutes. But I saw, as a comedian, you have to also know how to read a room. Like, you're not going to make jokes about race or whatever, anything that's going to, what is the word? Alienate a certain crowd if that's the majority of the crowd, right? So I noticed that the 3 judges were 2 Karens and a Chad. So one of my jokes was like, I do, I say, oh my God, what are you? Like, you're so exotic, And I'm like, hungry, Karen. That's like, that's my answer for everything. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that I say Karen, and then I was like talking about the Rona, and
wait,
I'm like,
Rona. What's Rona?
Exactly. So I have to break down
what's
white
Rona?
There's always white people that don't know what Rona is. And I'm like,
okay, yeah, explain to us white people. What the heck is Rona?
Corona.
Oh, see, us white people, we need the KKKKs to get the corona.
You ain't got to tell me that. So I cut that out because I saw that 2 Karens and a Chad are not going to like that joke.
Oh, no, so you took the KKK corona joke out?
I took it out because I knew that they were going to be like, well, I'm sure somewhere in there they had a granddaddy forest. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So I just said the Karen.
So what did they say to you about that? What did the judges say?
So one of the judges tried to hide it as like, she said, oh, you're so cute and you're so lovable and likable, when you're vulnerable, but when you start saying things like Karen, and you put up those walls, and I'm like, okay. I didn't interact after.
Wait a minute. Was she saying you were being like
calling
racist?
Her out?
Were you calling out? Wait, you were calling her out for being white. And then she's like, oh my God, I feel so attacked. Oh my God.
She carried
like you just carried me out. Like, Oh, so, thank you, Miss Elise Mwandu. What's up, girl?
Oh,
hey. Where you at? Tell us.
Yeah, where you from?
I'm looking. Where? Yeah. What? Ooh, I want to like. You look so international And yeah, where are you from? Is Elise Mwandu? I love that name, Mwandu. That sounds so cool. I just love Mwandu.
Yeah, that's definitely.
It's I'm gonna assume, maybe what they say about assuming, that Elise Mwandu it sounds African to me.
Mhm.
So I'm sure that and it just being this whole thing that's going on in America, a lot of people are probably looking at us going, what the heck is going on? So my partner in life is African American. And let me tell you that it has been very challenging during this time because now he doesn't do shit around the house. I mean, every time I ask him to do anything, he's just like, Black Lives Matter. And I'm like, what do Black lives have to do with the dishes? Like, what is going, like, I'm like, babe, do you mind just grabbing the laundry out of the dryer? And he's like, reparations. And I'm like, what do reparations have to do?
Gotta do with your dirty drawers.
Yeah, and I'm like, can you just pair the socks together? Can you just bring? It's like, that's some racist shit. I gotta identify and the thing and all the same gotta go.
You want me to put the white socks with the white socks?
Oh my God, when I asked him to separate the colors from the whites, he lost his mind. He lost his mind. He's
You better stop.
He was like, why the whites can't be with the colors? Why the what? And I'm like, because the colors then they darken the whites. And he's like, what's wrong with having dark whites? What's wrong with having dark whites? And I'm like, oh my Lord, the laundry has turned into a racist battle. It is not cute. Like, I can't say anything around the house. Okay, from Australia, Queensland. Oh, I love it. From Australia, Queensland. Love that. Yes, girl. Yes. Oh, yeah. Cause like I used to date Black girls and then I got into boys and I still like girls. Like I try to explain it because people are always confused about this. They're like, I don't understand. And I'm like, okay, so it's kind of like seafood. Okay. Some people are deathly allergic to seafood. Those are the gold star gays. You just go, vagina. And they like break out in hives. Like, oh my God. I think vagina is delicious.
Bonus points if you were a cesarean baby.
There you go. They call that platinum star.
Yep.
By the way. So they'll be like, I'm like, vagina's delicious. It's just crazy expensive. Like it's crazy. Like I would be straight, but I just can't afford it. Like them girls just too expensive. It's expensive. But really, it's like, it's complicated. You got to have a bib. You got to have some tools. You got the cracker, the little thing. Like girls are not easy.
If you're doing it right, you're going to have them tools.
Sometimes it ain't in season. Sometimes it's market price. Just saying. It's always delicious. But when I got my metaphorical meat the first time and I tried that filet mignon, I was like, ooh, I can, okay.
And it's cheap.
Oh, yes. And it's all, I don't got no stress. I can put some bordelaise sauce on that. I'm good.
Oh my God.
And so it's like, yes, if I'm hungry, of course, I'm going to have some lobster. And if you ordered me some, yeah, of course. And if that's the only thing yes, and it is delicious, yes, and I love it. But
if that's the only thing available, I will slurp it up. But otherwise,
if I'm gonna have only one meal, and my last meal, it's gonna be the meat. It's gonna be the steak. It's gonna be the fillet. That's how I like break it down. They're like, so is it a choice? And I'm like, well, I'm not allergic to it, but it's just, I don't know. And the kids don't like it because they're like, it's not a choice. There's this anti-bisexual thing.
Oh yeah.
They want you to be one or the other. They really get uncomfortable.
That's when ethnicity too. They want you to be one.
And you would think that gays would like straddling. But no, you can't straddle the different, sides of the I love Big Hawaiian, but they scare me. Colin just stopped speaking English. He's just like, now he's just shorthanding. He can't even capitalize, not spelling. I love Big Hawaiian, but they scare me. I'm gonna let you feel that one, Maria. I'm not gonna touch that one. I'm not gonna touch that one.
Being as I'm not Hawaiian, I really don't speak to them. I don't know if you missed the beginning of the show, but I can't speak on their behalf. I only look Hawaiian or Samoan or any islander that, because this is what I say. I feel like Hawaiian girls are just from media, what you see, Hawaiian girls tend to look like smaller, thinner, like they're thick, but there's usually a little bit more petite, right?
But with a Hawaiian girl, you always know you're gonna get laid.
I mean, that's real.
That's the cheesiest joke. I can't with that.
I can't.
So stupid. So stupid. But the thing that I love about Hawaii is it's very much like Mexico. So like I'm been living in LA doing the comedy entertainment thing. And I came down to Mexico to sequester because my family has this, cute little place up by the sea. Now, what I love about Hawaii is they have this sensibility of just being in the moment and going with the flow. Right. And what I love about Mexico, it's just like, no te preocupes. Don't you worry, man. Yeah. No, tranquilo. And then this one I hate. Mañana. If a Mexican tells you mañana, it's like their polite way of saying never gonna fucking happen, man. Yeah, because it's like I had some workers, right? And I was like, hey, when are you gonna fix the garage? And they're like, mañana. And I thought, being a stupid white person, that meant tomorrow. But it was like the polite way of saying que te den por el culo. Like, no, mañana, sí, mañana. I'm like, no. Mañana don't mean tomorrow. Because Mexicans are so polite and they're so proper that they will never tell you to your face, no. Go F yourself. No, ain't ever gonna happen. That's some white people will just tell you to your face. No, bitch, no. Mexicans be like, no, claro que sí. Mañana.
It's different from there. I'm from LA. I'm from East Low, Northeast LA, East LA. My family's all from that area. And yeah, no, those cholas, they'll tell you right then and there, what's up? Not fool. What'd you say? I'm like, oh my God, I didn't say anything. I accidentally said the name of a rival girl gang. This was during the 90s, peak cholo era, which is, if you're not familiar with cholos, they're the gangs that were predominant in LA during the 80s and 90s.
That sweet snack with cinnamon.
Those are churros, baby.
Wait. Wait a minute. I'm confused. I thought you were talking about that sweet, delicious fried snack, that Mexican donut on a stick. Okay, that's a churro. Okay, and you're talking about
cholos. Are the gangbangers.
Our Japanese viewers are going to be like, cholo.
Oh, no, there's Iggy, there's a huge cholo subculture in Japan. It's very strange. Have you seen it?
Really? Oh no!
Yeah, they're these little Japanese girls getting tattoos and dressing up like cholas, and I'm like, come to my hood dressed like that and see what happens. Okay, is all I'm saying. I don't. Is that
a teardrop tattoo you got right there?
No, baby, that's a mole.
I thought that I was like, you are a chola. Because when you get a teardrop, that means you killed somebody.
That's what, yeah, as far as I
know.
So
when you're in prison, you got a teardrop means you killed someone. I thought that was you being hard.
No, that's just me being this beauty.
That's just me being malignant. That's just me being. No. This is me being benign.
But yeah, man. So and then now churros, not to be confused with chorro.
Okay. Keeping it real.
Oh my God.
Oh my Lord. I'm loving you, girl. I love you so much. I have so much fun with you. I have so much fun with you. So what do you envision, for yourself in the future and for us? Because this is an amazing time. And I actually am grateful that I've had this forced time off to really think and really process. And for me, I went to this dark place and I had to really kind of just stop and think, what is it really all about? And what is it really all for? And I started asking myself the big questions. And that's when I launched the Misfit Toys. I met up with you. We started working together and doing comedy together. And I was like, I love comedy, but more than that, it's I love the female comic voice. They have such an amazing perspective. I'm just a big girl inside. Every birthday until I was 15 was 20, 30 girls and just me. It was just,
That's why we
my parents gave me a choice and I was like, I don't want a bar mitzvah. I want a quinceañera. That's how bad it was.
I sometimes feel like I'm a skinny Jewish boy on the inside. So maybe that's
that's where we connect so well.
I love me some latkes, baby.
Oh. And so for me, I was like, okay, so I started and I've been doing comedy for a long time. And I'm like, I love coaching and bringing out that inner comedian and that inner voice and turning not just like jokes for joke's sake, but actually saying something.
Yes.
And I started working with girls all over the world and helping them bring out their, you know, their comedic voice and giving them a platform. And it has been so fulfilling. And I'm so honored that you are, you know, one of the, you know, first misfits to join the Misfit Toys. And then I'm really excited about having you as a co-host and us revamping the Americans to now being the Misfit Toys and really showcasing female comedy. So for me, that's what happened, asking myself these deep questions, and the good thing that happened with Rona. So what transformation have you gone through? And then what would you like, you know, to happen? What would you like people to what transformations did happen for yourself, and what transformations would you like to happen for others during this really difficult time?
So not to go on like a tangent of like spiritual stuff, but in, like we mentioned, astrology earlier, I think the world is going through a huge transition. Everyone's way of thinking is being questioned, and your critical thinking and logic is coming into play. So for me, it's been actually a struggle between doing what I love and being passionate about, which is comedy, making people laugh. But also I feel like, am I doing anything to make the world better as far as like the movements and my ways of thinking, and, you know, like having those difficult conversations with family? Like, is that enough? Or what am I doing? Like, I really thought like, oh, what am I doing? Is comedy, like, what is that? That's not how is that going to help the world? How's that going to change the world? And just,
but you have. For all of you are watching, you'll when we switch over to Misfit Toys and we do a showcase at the end of the month, and Maria did our showcase on the 20th in June, and it was so inspiring. And I've gotten so many messages from other big girls being like, it was just seeing her own who she is has given me confidence and pride. And already in just this short time, you've already inspired so many young females to just own who they are. And it's really, I love seeing you make this change in the world and shift global perspective. It's really, it's just awesome that in this dark time, you have found something that you believe in, and which is embracing who you are, and you've been sharing it with the world, and it's starting to come back. Like, I already see it, and people are like, it's really beautiful. So just thank you. That's
literally what it was, you know?
And and I'm good. Colin, thank you. I'm glad that you love female comics. Like, I just, like, you know, don't get me wrong. I love me some sausage, but like, it's time to have some seafood. It's time to have some seafood on the comic stage.
We just need a buffet. You know what I'm saying? As a big girl talking food, you know, I like ham sandwiches on white bread. You know, everybody likes that. You can't go wrong with a ham sandwich with mayo and white bread, not Miracle Whip, just so you know, gross. But you know, sometimes I want some lobster. Sometimes I want some gumbo. Sometimes I want some chow mein. Sometimes I want some adobo. Sometimes I want carne asada tacos. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we have it all? I'm so hungry now.
Oh, I can't with you. Every time I get off the phone with you, I'm like, I gotta go. Like, it's like, I can't. Like, I'm gonna go and order me some. Like, I gotta go order some food. I'm going to go to town and order some food right now. You get me hungry. You get me hungry. But
hungry in
oh my gosh,
always informed. Hungry. I'm always hungry. Stay hungry, y'all.
So what advice would you give, okay, to young females who want to pursue a career in comedy or who want to pursue a creative career? Because you've been at this for a while. You're now hitting your stride. You're about to blow up. I'm super excited to be working with you, because next year we're gonna be looking back at this time and it's gonna be like, remember when? Remember when? And so, what advice would you give to young women watching from all over the world that want to express themselves creatively? What advice would you give to them who are listening?
Honestly, just be yourself and be unapologetically you.
Ooh, do you hear that? Be unapologetic. How many times have you apologized for something that A, wasn't your fault, B,
or you don't even realize you're apologizing? That's a huge thing too.
I run these workshops with women from all over the world, and we have a no apology rule. And it's just crazy to see how many times women are like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't mean, oh, excuse me for being here. Excuse me for so I love that. Don't apologize. Own it and
take up space. Like I said, I'm a big girl, and whether you like it or not, I'm gonna take up a lot of space, regardless. Like, we're talking metaphorically, physically, every aspect. I'm gonna take up space. I'm a big brown girl in this, and that's just the way it is. I'm sorry, I can't help it, and I'm not gonna. Actually, I'm not sorry. You know,
it's beautiful. What Maria's done is she's transformed her darkest moment, quality, shameful, painful thing into her superpower. And that is the art of life. If you can take something that is the darkest, most difficult part of your being and flip the script and make that the thing that actually you shine, that makes you shine the most, that is the art of life. So the fact that you are schooling us on the art of life, like that's just flat out amazing. Like, it's just flat out amazing.
Thank you.
So are you have any shows coming up? So we just need to do a quick shout out. Okay, so let's hear it. All right, because we got to wrap it up in a little bit, but I want everyone to know if they want to see some more Maria De La Ghetto and see her in action, where are we going to see you?
Yes. So, and it's great because no matter where you're at, you can watch the show. It's going to be on Zoom. It's so Flappers Comedy Club is like,
so the Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank, California, in Los Angeles. I love them. They are an amazing club. So they're doing an online show. And if I want to get tickets, how do I do that?
So you can go to my website on Instagram or on Facebook. I have my link tree, and you'll see the link.
So what's your Insta?
Maria De La Ghetto. How you see it on the screen, my name. You just type it all one word. That's my Twitter, my Facebook, my Instagram, and you can find all your resources. And
it's this Saturday at what time?
No, next Saturday, the 11th.
The 11th. Okay, so next Saturday, the 11th. Put it in your calendars. We're going to see some Maria De La Ghetto in action at Flappers. That is awesome. I am doing, let's see, I have to check my phone because I don't remember. My calendar has been, it's just literally crazy.
And he still makes time for me, y'all. And that's I
can't, no. Okay, so on the 18th, I'm doing Gay Pride show in San Diego. And so that's I'm just coaching and teaching. So if anybody wants to get
in on his classes,
if you want to learn about comedy, honestly, and you really want to get a solid foundation, reach out to me on any social media platform. It's Iggy Love Sky on Facebook, Insta. If you want to join into one of our Zoom comedy courses, I'm teaching people from all over the world how to tap into that inner critic and turn that inner critic into your biggest cheerleader. And it's so much fun. So please reach out. I would love to share, some of my comedic knowledge. Maria's, taking the classes with me. She's been workshopping with me.
I only give him 5-star reviews. Like, honestly, you are a comedic genius. Like, you just know how to write for women, for diversity. Like, you're so like creative. It's just amazing. Like, I have taken his classes. I've done writing workshops with him, and he's really, in like the last 2 to 3 months, has refined my
What's your favorite joke that I've written for you?
Oh my gosh.
What's your favorite one? I have my favorite. My favorite is the Christmas ham. Oh my God. We're sitting there writing jokes, and she called me. We're in like a writing joke session. I was like, girl, when you say Christmas ham, you got to take your cord and give us the Christmas ham. Give us the Christmas ham. I was like, oh my Lord. She's like, them skinny girls during Rona, they've been eating, and now that Fashion Nova with all that lycra, they look like a Christmas ham. And I was like, oh my God, girl, you got to wrap up your arm, put that drumstick up on the camera. I was dying, crying, laughing. Like, that's my favorite. That was my favorite.
Honestly, I gotta say the hungry joke. Like,
what do you mean? Wait. So for everybody who's watching, tell them what joke.
So like earlier, we were joking around, and he was like, "So what are you?" That's like one of my main jokes is, I walk up on stage, I'm like, "Hey,
excuse me, Maria, but what are you?"
Yeah, it's always like, and no, it's usually like that microaggression of like, "Oh my gosh, you're so exotic. What are you?" And I'm like, they're expecting, like, "Oh, I'm not Filipino," and I'm just like, hungry. I'm hungry. Look at my big ass. How am I going to be anything else?
And do you know, the same thing happens to me though. They go Iggy, because my given name is Igor, and all of my friends call me Iggy. And so many times in Los Angeles, people will be like, Igor, Same thing. Oh my God, that's so exotic. Oh my God, where are you from? What are you? And I'm like, I'm Ukrainian. They've got white people in Africa?
Oh my gosh. Oh, see,
What do you say to that? What I'm like, I don't even know how to, like, I just.
There's
I'm
no
like, what can,
excuse
I'm like,
anymore.
I literally, I'm like, what can I put in your mouth so you just stop talking? Like,
Food.
what?
It's always food.
Food, snacks.
Shove a
Snacks
shove
are
a
the
vegan,
solution.
keto,
Snacks are the
gluten-free
solution.
pine bar in your mouth.
That being said, this has been an amazing thing. Please, everybody, tune in next week. We're going to revamp everything. New guests, new show, Misfit Toys. My co-host is going to be Maria De La Ghetto. It's going to be amazing. Now, remember, when life gets hard and you don't know what to do, grab a snack.
Yes.
Grab a snack. I love you, girl. I love everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. All right. Ciao, ciao, ciao.